So today we will discuss about the word enlightenment. What is the exact reason we all seek enlightenment? Each and every one of us, we want enlightenment, whether we understand it or no. Let us understand why we are seeking it. So we all come to the earth roughly around 300 to 350 lifetimes. One has to take multiple lives in earth in order to become enlightened. When you go to a theater, the theater gives you a good movie and a good entertainment. So what does the earth has to offer you? Our physical body is made of Panchabhutas, 5 senses. Without this body, we don't have experiences in the higher worlds. So earth has experiences. The earth has something to offer you, that is experiences. Higher experiences. So, if you ask me the degree, okay, if I go to a college, if I do 4 years of my degree, finally they give me a bachelor's degree, either an information technology or chemical or mechanical engineer. If you finish all the 300 or 350, sometimes because of our ignorance and too much of karma, we intend to take thousands of lifetimes instead of completing it in very precise number of lifetimes. You can finish your medical degree in 4 years or even 10 years. But if you are sincere, if you understand, you can complete it in the given 4 or 5 years. So, the earth has one thing to offer you, that is basic education on spirituality. Only when you complete this, then you can go for higher studies. So the basic studies the earth offers you, and that syllabus name is called enlightenment. As a soul, what is the reason we come to the earth is to attain enlightenment. As a soul, we all come to the earth in order to complete the moksha or enlightenment. So earth will offer you all the situations, a great environment. So you can experience, you can learn. Suppose you go to a place and come, one of your friend asks you, "Hey, where did you go? I saw some pictures in the Facebook." And if you had very good experiences, if you really enjoyed, you will say, "Hey, you must visit that place. A very good experience." We all felt very rejoiced. It is a very nice place. There's a lot of things to see, a lot of music. We had nice food. We enjoyed in the water. But if you had some bad experience, then you say, "This place was okay. We had very bad experience, this, that." Earth offers you both good and bad experience. And as a soul, you want experiences, whether it is good or bad, the soul doesn't care. Because sometimes the bad experiences teaches you a lot than the good experience. But both are absolutely necessary. We should not have only bad or only good. We must have everything. The good and bad are a part and parcel of the life. Everything is an experience. The more you experience, the richer the soul becomes. Life after life, experience after experience after experience. Each and every experience will give you a new emotion, a new feeling, a new bliss. So you have to continuous this. This is a process. This is not a one time or two times activity. It's not a 10 days activity. It's a continuous process. All these will lead you to a state called enlightenment. That is the only thing earth has ready-made to give to you. So when you are born, when you take many lifetimes, initially, you see things as it is. You start enjoying all the physical pleasures. You go through everything. A lot of people, when we teach meditation, they may say, hey, I don't need, because I am happy. I have good money, I have good health. Why do I need meditation? It's not for me. Experiencing the physical body. We just have to leave them. They may pass very worst comments. Let's not care about it. We should not become angry because he is ignorant or he is not yet to that state of enlightenment to understand. So they will always be there. They have to take more and more lifetimes. So we must have compassion towards them, not anger. Then after many lifetimes, when you are sticking with the same physical experiences, in some lifetime, all these physical experiences or the physical body, whatever the outside pleasures, is not giving you inner satisfaction. Then you will start search for the truth. Either from the books or from the people or from the internet, you will start searching about the inner happiness, the truth. And slowly that path will lead to enlightenment, meditation. Then you sit and practice for lifetimes, meditation. Everything seems to be okay. The mountains are mountains, rivers are rivers. You come to the stage 1, again, back to the square 1. Then you live a great life. You will enjoy everything because now you know the truth. Before knowing the truth, you suffer. Before seeking the truth, there is nothing. But when you're in the process of searching the truth, there will be pain. Your inner is not happy. But it's a journey. When you complete your journey, the second stage is you become enlightened. The third one is enlightenment after enlightenment. That is a research state. So first you are a disciple, then you attain it, then you do continuous research. So once you become enlightened, it's the beginning. From there on, a movement starts. And my guru became enlightened, he started a movement. When Osho became enlightened, he started a movement. Earth has this word, this degree, a basic education called enlightenment. You have to attain it by completing these many lifetimes. Because the higher worlds, they will give you the chances of going to the earth how many ever times you want. 300, 3,000, 30,000, 3 lakhs, it's your wish. We come to the earth, we want to become enlightened, but you eat non-veg. And you intellectually argue, protein, vitamin, this, that, this. And then you die and go there. There you realize, again you will take birth. And then you will not do meditation. Again you will intellectually argue with your logical mind. Then again you have to go back. And again you have to come. And you will always give reasons that I am busy, that my family is disturbing me, this, that reasons. You always give reasons. Procrastinating meditation. You die, you go up, again you come back. They don't have problem. After you go there, they will say, Arey Baba, you didn't do meditation. Go again. Go again. You have failed. Again you go. Go, keep on going. Until the lifetime, you meditate and teach meditation, it will never become the last lifetime. It means you will never attain the final degree that is called basic education in the earth, that is called enlightenment. You may argue, you may not accept, you may quarrel, you may ignore, whatever you do, but again you will come back. So it is your choice. There is absolutely no compulsion. Nobody is going to sit behind you and keep motivating you to do, come on, finish. No force. Earth is a free will. There's a lot of freedom here. Freedom of choice. There you have freedom of choice. You can take birth at any time. But based on your karmas and situations, you will have choices to take in the limited choices. Once you become enlightened and go, then thereon it is your choice. When Buddha wants to become enlightened, he stepped out of the house because all the outer pleasures are not giving inner satisfaction to him. So he went out of the house or the mahal in search of the truth. So in that path, he found out the truth. He became enlightened, and immediately a movement began. So he gave a clear chart what you need to do in order to attain enlightenment. That is Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path is the formula Buddha has given. Anybody follows this, you will come out of the cycles of birth and death. There's nothing but meditation. Dhyana and Samadhi, those are the two things of the 8 paths. Final paths, Dhyana and Samadhi. After you become a Samadhi, that's enlightened. That's a research. Enlightenment after enlightenment. It's a continuous research. It's a process. It's a never-ending process. So, you are born of many lifetimes, and then few lifetimes you are in search of truth. Then few lifetimes you are in the practice of truth, meditation. There is 1,000 petals here, the lotus petals, something like that. So, with every new learning, a new dimension opens up. A new dimension opens up, a new bliss starts. That is the first step. Then you start taking different roles in the higher worlds. And if you got to keep on journeying, but this is the step 1. Whoever is practicing meditation, whoever is attending this session, either you are already enlightened or you are in the path of enlightenment. Otherwise, it is not possible to sit and do meditation every day and listen to these lectures every day. It's not possible for others. They may just try, they may just comment, and then they will leave. Oh, if you want this lifetime to be last, whatever your age, whatever your family conditions, whatever your health condition, doesn't matter. You can still make it. Whatever the lifespan you can increase it by doing more meditation. There are so many scientific research has been done. But when you do meditation for 1 week, your lifespan increases by so many days. For different people, it will be 3 days. For different people, it will be 1 month. The lifespan increases. So you can live in this earth as long as you want, but you have to decide. Whatever happened in the past, just forget about it. Meditation is a rebirth, a new birth again. You can start from now and you can take it to the end, and that should be the end of these cycles of birth and death. It's in your hands. If not, next lifetime again you have to come back. If you are okay, I'm okay. The choice is yours, my friend. You must start reading autobiographies. Then you will understand that every spiritual seeker or master has gone through a lot of struggles. I have read the autobiography of Yogananda Paramahamsa. I have read the autobiography of Blavatsky. I have read the autobiography of Gandhiji. I have read the autobiography of Osho. I have read the autobiography of Patriji. But there were so many great masters. So when you read their life, you will see how much passion they had, how much seeking of truth they had. That's what made them unique. That's what gave them the highest enlightenment. And they share everything what they have, always. So remember, my friends, we are here in this earth to become enlightened. So make sure you attain it, only then you leave your last breath. Otherwise, don't leave your breath. It is in your hands. You decide when you want to be born. Now you can change when you want to die. I think I threw some light on enlightenment, and have a great day and great enlightenment. Have a good practice of meditation. Signing off, Ayyappa Pindi. Namaste.